Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. Send reminders to your team that we are on and live, and I will make sure to get this recording up because I know some people are out and about or have company over. So we're gonna just jump right in. So it's weird that this is the first team huddle that we're having in February, just because of the way the days of the week fell. So welcome to our first team huddle of the month, you guys. Whether you are pumped about how your month is going, or you're a little bit stressed, feeling like you're behind, or maybe some life hit you in the last week and you are stressed about the month already being 1 month in, I have good news. We've still got 3/4 of the month left, and that is so much time, you guys, in this business. And you're going to hear me stress that a lot on team huddles or trainings, that just even a couple of days in this business is so much time when you are intentional. So forgive yourself if the last week has not been your best, and get excited about the rest of the month. Do not dwell, do not feel like you are behind and you can never catch up. Start tomorrow, brand new week, treat it like it's the first of the month and get going. And I wanted to share, as a team, we have more than double the enrollments this first week of February than we did last year, the first week of February, which is crazy, you guys. And that should get you so excited. No matter what kind of February you are personally having, that should get you really excited, because we as a team had a really insane year last year. And so that should show you that people are ordering these products. They want what we have, they want the opportunity that we have. And so you need to get so pumped about that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few housekeeping things, and then I have some other people I want you to hear from tonight. So I'll try to be brief. But I want you guys to drop a 1 in the chat if you're loving the Louis Vuitton giveaway this month. Drop a 1 in the chat. It's amazing, right? I've heard from several of you guys that are like, yes, what is happening? My giveaway posts are getting so many comments. And so I'm loving that. And if you guys are not utilizing this host to post giveaway, you are crazy. And yes, there is a cash option. So play around with it, figure out what works best for your network. But you guys, the Louis Vuitton always does really, really, really well for us. So keep promoting that on your page. If you are new and you don't know what I'm talking about or what Louis Vuitton we're giving away, I want you to get off this huddle tonight and message your sponsor and say, I don't know what they were talking about, but I need to know about this Louis Vuitton giveaway and host to post. I want to learn host to post this week. So let your sponsor know that. It is one of the biggest things we do to grow our networks and to find potential customers and distributors. And I'm not going to go into this tonight, but you guys, I made a video on the team page the other day on Facebook just about the mindset of host to post, because I know so many of us get so caught up in the enrollment side of it. Remember that host to post is to grow your network with people that are interested in stuff that we have to offer. It's not always immediate results. This is how if you owned a normal business, this is how you're bringing more and more people into your store. Okay. It's the same thing. This is how you're going to expand on social media. So, two last things. We have a team Telegram chat. If you guys are not in it and you want to be in our team Telegram chat, again, message your sponsor after this Zoom. Tell them, hey, I want to be in the big team chat. I want to be where the fire is. I want to, get the reminders about Zooms and all of that stuff. And you guys can get added to that chat, or they can tag you in the link of how to add yourself on the team Facebook page. We are doing a contest in there all month long, and you'll see all the details of that when you get added to the team Telegram chat. And then the last thing is just the team schedule for the month. Again, it's kind of weird since it's already the 7th. It is in the cover photo of the Success Squad page on Facebook. So if you guys haven't seen it, all of the dates for all of our trainings and stuff are on there. We are doing our normal Sunday night, which is tonight, Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. Tuesday nights are new distributor trainings. Thursday nights are specific topic trainings. Sunday nights are our team huddles. And then tomorrow night, Tiffany Pfeiffer and I are actually doing a recruiting training and power hour, where we will walk you guys through some different things that you can be doing to increase your confidence in recruiting and how to find potential distributors. And then we have How To Wednesdays with Emily Duba on How To Wednesdays, and those are at 11 Central, I believe, 12 Eastern. And those are quick little trainings that if you guys are available to, I highly suggest getting on those. And two last things. We've got team bingo on the 22nd. If you guys haven't done team bingo with us, it's just fun. It's just kind of a power hour where we get on and work. It's just a little bit more guided because we do give you a bingo card and we give out prizes. And then this month, we're also doing 3 enroll-a-thons. And an enroll-a-thon is just a late night where we all get on, we play music, we might have some giveaways, some prizes, and we just work. And we treat it like it's the last day of the month, because so many of you guys know that we work really hard on the last day of the month to get as many customers as we can and as many orders to boost our volume and boost our paychecks. So this month, we're going to have 3 days where we work that way, and we work that way together. You guys can bring wine or whatever. It's just fun and laid back, and we just work together, because these months, I know a lot of you guys have big goals. So we just wanted to do something a little bit extra. Okay, so now moving on, I'm so excited. We have some ladies on here that have joined us that all promoted in the month of January. And for some of them, it might be their first time speaking on one of our team huddles. A lot of them are brand new promotions. So I need you guys to drop some zeros in the chat to cheer them on while they talk tonight. Anytime that they say something that like just resonates with you, or you're like, yes, girl, I want you to drop tons of zeros while they're talking, okay? It can be kind of nerve-wracking to talk on these. And so I wanna make sure that they get lots and lots and lots of love, as well as congratulations, because they all just hit promotions. So I love the group we're featuring tonight, because we have seriously brand new distributors that have been in for 30 to 60 days. We have people that have rejoined the company and have hit ranks. And then we have people that have been in for over a year. And that should show you that no matter where you are sitting right now while you are watching this Zoom, that there is a place for you, and that you can make the decision that you can have whatever you want out of 2021 if you're ready to make the decision to work for it daily. So I'm going to start with our new diamonds first. And we have 2 new diamonds. One of them is Sarah, and I'll have her unmute here. And then the other one is going to be Emily Duba. And actually, she helped her husband go diamond last month, which is pretty awesome. So Sarah, I'll have you go first. Sarah just went diamond, got her bonus, and she also got her husband to emerald. So they both just got bonuses last month, and I'm really excited for her to share her story and a business tip with you guys.
Hey guys. All right, so I'm Sarah Petty. I have been in the business for a little over a year now. I joined because after I had my daughter, I went back to work as a teacher, but decided I just did not want to be away from her. I have 2 older boys. They're school age though, so the daycare thing, I didn't ever have to leave them because they're adopted. So by the time we got them, they were already in school. So I did not like the whole daycare thing. So I decided to drop the teaching and jump into this business, and I've loved it ever since. Just a little tip is, don't give up when you feel like you don't have distributors who are working or have the same work ethic as you. Like I said, I've been in for a year, and I'm just now getting, distributors on my team who are starting to work. So basically, going diamond was, I had 3 or 4 distributors working, and the rest were, myself or just, my few little distributors. So don't give up. You can do it without an entire team working. So
I love that. I feel like there's lots of zeros coming in for you. So I think you've got a lot of people that can relate to that. I love it. And I know I shared this in some of the chats, and I don't want to embarrass you, but just so everyone knows, and for most of us that have hit big promotions like Ruby, Emerald, and beyond, this was not the first month that Sarah was like, we're doing it, I'm going diamond. It was the first month that she hit it, but it was not the first month that she worked like it. Right. So a lot of you guys need to hear that. There are going to be times where you put a goal out there and you fall short, but had she not worked some of those other months, like she was going to go diamond, she would not have ended up going diamonds. Like, you've got to put the goal out there and make the decision to go after it, and then work for it like you are going to hit it. And even if you fall short, you're closer every single time. So I'm super proud of you, like consistent top enroller on the team and host to post queen. So appreciate you.
Thanks.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move it over to Emily, who is already a diamond, but got her husband to diamond last month. let's hear from you, friend.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm Emily Duba. When I first got asked to be a part of this business, I was not super pumped about it. I was exhausted from where we were at in our life. We were barely making it paycheck to paycheck. My husband and I were fighting all of the time over finances. It was so frustrating. And I didn't know what the opportunity at my fingertips was. And so I said no. And after a few months of watching one of my friends rise in the company, I decided that if she could do it, I knew I could do it too. And so when I got started, I was legitimately ignorance on fire. I had no idea what I was doing. She pointed me in a direction and I figured everything else out. And I want to explain to you guys because so many times I think that we hold ourselves back because we think we have to know everything to move forward. And it's not true. You can learn everything and anything. You can go through the e-suite, you can go through the documents, you can read all the reports, you can ask all of the questions. But if you don't take action and if you don't take that first step forward, you're never going to get anywhere. The best knowledge is applied knowledge. And that means making mistakes and being okay with failure. It means having a million conversations to have no one respond to you, because every single step that you're taking is a step of growth. And that's what it was for me in this business. Every single step I took, every time someone told me no, every time I made a pricing mistake and I had to go back and retract what I had said to somebody, I was in a stage where I was growing. And because I refused to stop, because I refused to quit, I was able to grow and I was able to help us pay off debt. We're not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. We actually get to save money and take our family on vacation. We're a family of 7. So imagine that, right? Like, not cheap. And we get to be able to breathe now. And I don't know about you, but it's a tough topic. And having that freedom to be able to choose where we want our money to go instead of giving our money to credit card companies or shuffling things around so that we can just get by, that's freeing. And I want you to understand that it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that happens by not giving up.
Boom. So good. I can always listen to you on Zoom for like forever. You're getting lots of zeros as well. I think so many of us can relate to the ignorance on fire. You guys, when I joined, I remember taking in like packets of information to small businesses, like, and sending messages that were like 8 miles long because I just didn't know. But I wasn't going anywhere. So it didn't really matter. That didn't work. So then I tried something else and I didn't put so much pressure on myself to be successful in 5 minutes. I just figured, just like anything else in life, we're going to figure it out by trial and error. So when you take quitting off the table, some magical stuff happens. I know you kind of already shared. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share? Yours was like story mixed with really good tips. So
Well, I just really think that so many times we get wrapped up in the number, right? Like, we say to you guys, reach out to 10 people a day, or reach out to 30 people a day, or reach out to this or that. And I know that as a yellow personality, it's very easy to take it personally when people aren't responding, or when people aren't giving you the yes, or everybody's telling you no. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in this negative headspace where you think, well, all I'm hearing is no. And we have to remember that no's are paving the path to yes. And no's are paving the path to a future that builds you up as a better leader. Because every time you hear a no, like I said before, it's an opportunity for you to grow. And it's an opportunity for you to reach out to your sponsor and ask questions so that you can become the leader that you want to become. And in the beginning, we all want to rise to the top, right? We all want to rise fast. We all want to be Ashley Sinclair's, where we're bringing in an ambassador paycheck in 7 months. But the reality is we all have a lot of we're all coming in at all different levels, and we need our hearts and our minds worked on in a lot of different ways. And so instead of looking at your situation as, oh my gosh, it's taking me forever to where I want to go, look around you and see how you're transforming in those time frames. I know you said with Sarah, she had this school of diamond for months. Every single day last year, I claimed triple diamond. I claimed it out loud. I wrote it down. I was manifesting it. I'm still not triple diamond. And it's been a year since I've claimed that. But you better believe that I'm going to work my tail off to get there, because triple diamond is still just a stepping stone. And I feel like a lot of times we have to just remember that every single day that we put in effort and we do it consistently and intentionally, we got to pat ourselves on the back for that, because showing up is the hardest thing. Sending out messages knowing that you're going to hear no, that's really hard. And not enrolling teammates, that's a hard thing too. But not giving up and actively choosing not to pursue this is actively choosing not to pursue your dream. And your dreams are worth fighting for. So that's what I have to say. I feel like I could talk all night about like mental toughness, harden your heart against the people who are trolls. I could go on and on and on, but I know we have other people who need to talk. So I will cut myself off.
I mean, you guys just give Emily like a ton of zeros and opes in the chat. I know you guys all love hearing from Emily, and we could all listen to you talk all the time. You definitely are a future triple diamond, and everyone can see it. Your eSuite just hasn't reflected it yet. But I'm super proud of you. I know that double is right around the corner and everything else too. So super proud of you, friend. Okay, so we're gonna move on to some of our new rubies. So I think Hannah, we've got you on here. I'm so excited to hear from you. If you want to, are you able to unmute?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hey, yes, let me find you on here. I don't know why it's not letting me spotlight. Oops, I just muted you on accident. Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. You got it. All right, let's hear a little bit. I'm excited to hear a little bit about your story because you've only been in for a minute. So let's hear a little bit about your story and then a tip that you've got.
So I joined, I think in the middle of December, or like a week or two into December, and I joined with Cassie Loomis. I watched her do the business for I think 9 months before I joined. So she actually messaged me to try to be one of her first 6 customers, and I didn't respond. And then she messaged me to try to do a host a post for her, and I didn't respond. And then my husband and I had a baby like close to 4 months ago, and I was home and watching way too much TV because babies sleep a lot, like, let's be honest. And she posted a reel on her Instagram in an Olaf onesie. It was just so stupid, but I don't know. I just watched it and I was like, I've been watching you do this. I have no idea what you're doing, but I've been watching you do it. And I'm like, I've been watching way too much Criminal Minds. And so I just messaged her and I'm like, hey, tell me about what you do. And she did. And I signed up that night. And so as a tip, like just knowing how I started, sorry, my cat is rubbing on my iPad right now. Just knowing how I started, like I just straight ignored her. Like I was one of those people who you're like, oh, okay, cool, nice talk. And after 9 months of watching her, because she posted daily and was consistent about the products, about the business, about her life in general, and just because she was consistent and I kept watching, I finally jumped in. And so I think the one thing that I've learned through that, and then also just like doing the business for not even that long, but like I had 4 days where all my hosted posts just absolutely flopped. Like did so terrible, got 0 to 5 comments maybe. And then I just was consistent with it. I trusted the process. And after 4 days of being so discouraged, I had one that got literally 250 comments. And I was like, it's just like, yes, like I just kept going. I was consistent with it. 250 comments, like took me so long to get through them, still going through them, to be honest with you. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is that people say no, people ignore you, but eventually they'll come around. And like, I've already had people come around after being consistent. I've only been in for 2 months now. And so knowing that other people could join me 9 months from now, like I did with Cassie, is just like so encouraging.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Doesn't that get you so excited thinking about like even in the next 7 months, the people that have ignored you or you haven't even reached out to yet, but they're watching?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I'm almost 10 years into this, you guys, and it like literally blows my mind that people from 10 years ago that have been my Facebook friend for 10 years are just now ordering a product or becoming a distributor. Like 10 years, you guys, it's insane. But one thing that you said that I thought was good, it took you 9 months. And we often say, well, and it's a fact that people go through a major life change about every 9 months. So if you don't give this business 9 months, there's a whole network of people that haven't even gone through the change that is going to incentivize them to want to even reach out to you to begin with. And yes, you had a baby 4 months ago, so maybe it was like 5 months that your major life change hit, but then it took a few extra months for you to like actually make the decision. So good. I also want you to know that I was actually the reason that Cassie posted that TikTok reel video. So technically you're kind of my distributor and
I love it.
you probably should have enrolled with me, but it's because I challenged everyone to make that video that night and she made it. So I'm just saying. She was like, I actually signed a distributor from that. And then come to find out you like went Ruby in 4 minutes. And so anyways, just wanted you to know if you ever need to switch sponsors.
I love it.
Okay, that was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let me look at my list here. Okay, we have Kaylin. Sweet Kaylin, you want to unmute and share all your good stuff?
Hey everyone, can y'all hear me okay? Okay. So my name is Kaylin. I actually started with It Works back in 2012, right after I graduated high school. My mom and I started this business together and we did pretty well, kind of blew up the first few years, and just, we were kind of like what Alyssa said, ignorance on fire, and that's a true real thing. And that really helped our business a lot, not knowing everything. But anyway, so we did that for several years and then life just happened. So we took a break and I actually just got started again back in this past September, actually after losing my job. So I started in September. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent with you guys. I really didn't do anything for the few months. Again, life just kind of happened. And the last, few months of the year were just, I just had a lot of personal things going on. And I was so excited and on fire for start rejoining and starting my business again, but I just kind of let life hit me and get me down. And I just wasn't really doing anything. So I honestly really didn't start working consistently until the week after we came home from conference. And the biggest in that week, I signed 14 customers. And that also in that week, I was able to, with those customers, that is what helped me go Ruby. And I started doing the HAPs. And I'm going to be honest with you, at first, whenever I heard about HAPs, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I just kind of was unsure about it. But I'm going to tell you guys, if you've not got on that train, get on, because that's going to grow and change your business tremendously. And just not even, my network has grown so much and I've already started creating and building relationships with people that I didn't even know, and I wouldn't have known had I not asked somebody to do a hat for me. And I'm still, like my inbox has been blowing up, so I definitely encourage, if you're on the fence about doing hats, just do it, because it's going to change your business. So, and, I would just also encourage, I kind of kicked myself a little bit for sitting on this for the last several months, because I knew what this business was. I knew what I had, and I still let that time go and I didn't do anything. And I can only imagine where I would be today had I not sat on it for several months, So that's really my biggest advice, is don't sit on it, just jump in and do it. Like Emily was saying, you're not going to always have all the answers, and that's okay, but you got to just put action behind. You have to just do the work and you'll start to see things flourish from there. Another piece of advice that I would have, just because I know there's so many of us that are going for the promotions, just with all the bonuses and everything. Back whenever I had first started, they did, announce bonuses. And so our entire team, we were working really hard for those bonuses. But I think that a mistake that we made back then was when we were charting, we saw all these empty boxes, and we just literally started we just started filling in boxes and signing up distributors without actually choosing or selecting people that were quality, that were actually going to work and want to do this business. We just saw the box and we just filled it with just anybody. So, and in the long run, our business didn't last because we didn't have true people that actually wanted to work. We were having to do all of the work, and it just made our job so much harder. So I would just encourage, as much as we want to get those bonuses, which are really amazing, just make sure that you're choosing quality over quantity. It's not always about having the numbers. You want to have the quality distributors behind that too. So that way you can build something that's going to last and not gonna, it's not worth it for you getting, your promotion for 1 month or 2 months and then it all crumbles. So that would be, I think, another big piece of advice.
So good. And I think often we compare ourselves to people's numbers, like who gets highlighted on company calls and on like any sort of recognition. They do top enrollers, right? There's a lot of people whose names are never called on those things, you guys, that are in the top 10 of the company. And it's because it is a numbers game. Don't hear me wrong. Like you have to talk to more people. You have to share the opportunity with more people to have more results. But as far as like recruiting and all of that, like it's an amazing skill to have, and you should be constantly trying to get better at that. But also keep in mind, you can be insanely successful in this company just by duplication and consistency, and then pouring into those people that you are bringing into the business. Not everyone is going to work, but you can become a better leader, and you can learn to duplicate things in your downline, so you don't have to be a mass enroller. So stop comparing yourselves to all the different numbers and work on just discipline and consistency and continuing to share the opportunity every single day with people. I know that Sherry Lynn Alcala and several people, even at conference, for those of you that watched it, they're like, I do the steps. I look for my 3 distributors, maybe even 6 some months. And you'll hear about people that'll sign 100 in a month that aren't making as much as the person signing 6 every single month. So just keep it in perspective. Like, I know this business can get in our heads and we can focus so much on comparison and who's doing what. But the only person you're competing with is the person that you were yesterday and the day before and the month before and the person you're growing into. So be inspired that other people are finding distributors and finding customers, because that means there's people out there that still want the business and still want the products. But go do the work to find yours, because you will. Because everyone that's signing people, they've just been putting in the work. And a lot of times they've just been putting in the work more consistently or longer than you have. So instead of comparison, use it as inspiration. But I love those tips, Kaylin. I'm so happy you're back, and you're back on our team. You guys, I mean, this was years ago. Kaylin was on our team, and she came back because we got something special going on, right?
Yes, no, I hands down, you guys, I would never have wanted to sign up on another team. I mean, I definitely, there's not another team that I'd want to be a part of. So you guys all being on this team, y'all are very fortunate, and I'm super excited to get to work with all of you guys.
Love it. Okay, so we've got 2 new executives, and I think that's it for tonight. So next up is Kenzie. I think you got on here, hopefully. You guys, I have never spoken to her directly, but I think she signed like 30 customers in her first like 12 minutes in the business or so. So I'm excited to hear her story and a few of her tips tonight. Are you able to unmute, Kenzie? I might be able to do it for. Oh, there we go.
I think so. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yes. Hopefully I didn't just hear me.
Sorry. I'm a little bit late. I'm here though.
You're totally good.
I don't really know what to say.
You're good. Just share.
No, honestly.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, honestly, this totally. I was not planning on signing up. Let me tell you this first of all. I was kind of following Tiff. I signed up under Tiffany. I kind of followed her journey for a little while, and I wasn't planning on it. But I honestly signed up for this to kind of be a distraction from my life right now. I have so much going on, some hard things going on, and I just needed that distraction. And I naturally really, I'm very outgoing and I like people. So I thought this is perfect for me. I'm going to try it. I did not see my first month going like this, to be completely honest. And I will tell you this, my worst fear did come true. The people that I am the closest to are the people that are the least supportive. And it's sad to say that, but it's true. And they actually are the ones that kind of questioned me when I signed up. But I just told them, I said, I feel it inside me that this is something that I need to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give it my all. And if it doesn't work out, then at least I can say I tried. And I gave it my all for my first month. I did things that I'm not naturally not comfortable with. As much as I love people, I'm actually really shy. I'm not one to start a conversation. I'll talk back, but starting a conversation is hard for me. But I decided if I'm going to give it my all, I've got to get outside my comfort zone. And that's the biggest thing that I did, is adding those new people a day is absolutely key. That is absolutely how I got my new customers. The customers that I signed are people I do not know, or the people that I never in a million years thought were going to be the ones to purchase from me. And they were. And the biggest thing I did, like a lot of people say, like, you know, how you go about adding people that you don't know, is I go by people that share the same interests as me, or we have a lot of friends in common, but we weren't friends previously. And I add that and I kind of test the waters. And there actually are some people that don't really say anything, and they kind of just go with the flow, and they'll start commenting on your posts, liking your posts. Then there's going to be those people that are kind of like, do I know you? I had a couple of those messages, and it's kind of awkward, right? But I'm like, you know what? No, we don't personally know each other. We have friends in common. And I just love meeting new people. So I thought it would be fun and stuff like that. And I'm like, and if it makes you uncomfortable, I totally get that. I just wanted to reach out. And a lot of people, if you're just really honest with them, usually it's good. Like I've had really good responses. And the number one thing I've noticed that's worked for me, one, the hat posts, 110%, get your hat posts up. They are hard. They are a little bit uncomfortable, especially when you don't know people well. But it is surprising how many people will do it for you. But then on top of that is making it personal. Is I prefer the voice texting. So when I even over the voice messenger on or text messenger on Facebook, you can do the voice. It does cut you off on a minute, so sometimes it's kind of tricky. But I've gotten such a great response from that. I've kind of noticed that's kind of my thing. Is just they can hear my tone of voice. I feel like, I don't know if it builds kind of that trust, or kind of that they can see that I'm a person and I'm not like this automated thing, just kind of spurting out information and prices and just wanting to get them to purchase just to buy things for me. And so I felt like getting that more personable with them and talking to them and giving them my experiences with products, and then people that I know and their experiences, has really helped. And there's going to be a lot of people that doubt. I have a lot of people say, like, I'm nervous to spend this money and not have it work. And my biggest thing I always tell them is, we never know if it's going to work, but you're never going to know unless you try. And so you've got to decide, is this, however much money they're going to spend, is that worth the results you're wanting to see? Are you willing to put in that amount of money or that amount of work to see? And like I tell them, that's the biggest thing I've told people is, you don't know unless you're going to try. And I can't make you try. And like I can tell them, I can't tell you how much weight you're going to lose, or I can't tell you you're going to love the taste of this, or I can't promise you this, but I can promise you that it's worked for me and that I loved it and that I've seen it change other people's lives. So that's what I can tell you. And a lot of people just from that say, okay, they'll trust you. It's about, the biggest thing I've realized is just building that trust. Because at first for me, it kind of was numbers. Let's see how fast I can do it so I can get my bonus, so I can get this and that. But I realized if you take the extra time just to kind of build that friendship, kind of that trust, it's really worth it. Because I noticed even this lady, she's like, I'm not really interested. And like, she's kind of mean about it. And, you know, naturally you kind of get defensive and want to be like, but I was like, hey, you know what? Just be nice. Just, you know, and I was just like, that is completely fine. I completely understand where you're coming from. And kind of just talked to her for a minute. And the next day, she actually referred two of her friends that were actually interested to me. And they are actually my biggest numbers as far as they placed the biggest orders through me that month. So it's kind of just surprising the people that honestly you do not think will benefit your business at all really do. And it's kind of funny because even those people that naturally you kind of get offended by, or, it's hard. Honestly, I feel like they've benefited me the most and taught me patience and kindness and how important it is, and has shown me everyone's different, right? And they're going to respond differently. And so you kind of got to learn to kind of mold to that and work with them, because it's not all about us, it's about them as well. So I don't know, that's kind of just what's worked for me. Definitely the voice texting, taking time to make it more personal. It's not all about just the facts. Sometimes you've got to take a day or two to have a personal conversation with them and then kind of bring the business part into it. So that's kind of just what kind of worked for me.
It's clearly working for you based on your crazy enrollments. I texted Tiffany and I was like, who is this person that keeps popping up in all the reports with all the customers? That is just so incredible. I love the voice messaging tip. I know that a lot of people just commented in the chat that that's something that they love doing. And I want to share this, and I feel like I've said it a lot on Zoom, so I'm sorry for the repetitiveness, but if you guys are not comfortable with voice messaging, I know for some people that are newer, it's harder for you to voice message about the products or about the business because you don't feel like you know the information well enough. I want to encourage you to just slip in random voice messages throughout your conversation then. Like truly, there are times when I'll message someone and be like, I promise I'll get back to you. Like I'm on my way to drop my son off at school, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. I'll message you in just a second. And it has nothing to do with the business or products. It's just a way for them to hear my voice. Now they know I'm a mom. They know I'm not a robot. Like they've heard my voice. And then I can go back to regular messaging if I need to. But if you need to ease into voice messaging, then that's a good way to do it. You can literally be sitting on your couch saying, I'm just walking out the door, but wanted to voice message you really quick, like whatever you need to do. But I think hearing your voice makes it way less scripted. And then the advice you gave, just being like totally honest with people. Truly, people appreciate that, you guys. Like when people, I've had a lot of people recently like, well, how do I know it'll work for me? Or, does it work for everyone? Do I have to do it forever? All of those questions that are so silly when you think about it. But I'll just message them and say, like, I have some of my messages pulled up here, but I'll say like, we have tons of clients that have amazing results with the products that you're interested in. But here's the deal. Weight loss is not a one-stop shop. So what works for someone else might not work for you because everyone's metabolism, lifestyle and diet is different. So here's what I'm going to ask of you as my customer. I need you to stay in touch with me so that we can tweak things and find a combination that works best for you. And people appreciate the honesty, you guys, because if you're going to claim like, yeah, it works for everyone, that doesn't make sense. And honestly, people are more skeptical of that. So be really honest about the results someone's looking to see. If they want to lose 100 pounds and they're only willing to order fat fighters, you need to be honest with that person because then you're going to have an unhappy client in the end anyways. So don't be scared to be honest. You can still do it with kindness and love. But I really think, like you said, I think people really appreciate when you are honest with them, and that builds more trust. So I love it. I thank you so much for sharing. Congratulations on your promotion. I know you're super close to Ruby and beyond, but I appreciate you jumping on tonight to share. And then we've got one last new executive. Oh, go ahead. So we've got one.
Oh no, I'm good. I just said thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My connection is like a little bit delayed. Okay. So Maggie, are you still on here and able to share?
I am.
Yay. Okay. I know you had company over, so.
It's all right. I had you guys in my ear and I was listening while at the party.
Perfect. Okay. Let me get you, there we go. All right. I would love to hear a little bit of your story and then just a tip that you have. And I love that you are in your Super Bowl outfit.
We just lost, but that's okay.
Well, it's still dedication that you're on here. So I love it.
Yes. So I'm Maggie. I kind of joined this business. So this year financially, or I guess last year, was really tough on my husband and I. In April, I went on maternity leave. A week into maternity leave, they completely got rid of my job position. So I took a $30,000 pay cut. Once I went back from maternity leave in July, my husband got laid off. So it's been a really, really big struggle for us, just kind of navigating, you know, losing $30,000 a year on top of, you know, him getting laid off for about a month. He also just got laid off again 2 weeks ago. So it's been super stressful. This business has kind of allowed us to start paying off some credit card debt that we have acquired from that, you know, having to pay bills on the credit card. We bought a new house that the refrigerator wasn't working when we bought it, so we had to spend money on a refrigerator. So this business has kind of just given us financial freedom to kind of pay off those bills slowly, which it's amazing. It was a really tough year, you know, being postpartum. I think a lot of you women have been there, and it's so hormonal. And so all of these things happening were just like really detrimental to me. In my eyes, when I had to take such a huge pay cut, I felt like I was failing my family because I was the breadwinner at that point. And then when I took that pay cut, I was no longer that. So seeing us suffer, paying bills, seeing us not be able to live that lifestyle that we were having before was really, really hard on me. And that's why I'm so thankful. Sarah Brewer is my sponsor. She did not give up on me. She still does not give up on me to this day. I work full time. I have 3 kiddos, so life can get really, really hectic. You know, you get home from work, you have to make dinner, you have to, you know, get all those kiddos ready for bed, but she makes me show up every single day, which I love because I need that. I think one of my biggest tips for any newbie is make a list. I just finally made a to-do list for myself this week, and I sent it to Sarah because I think I love being organized. And I think part of it was I couldn't be organized with this business because I was just trying to get host posts up, and then they would blow up, and then I would get overwhelmed, and then I would shut down. So I think that's why at first this business wasn't super successful for me, because I didn't have that to-do list. So if you are getting overwhelmed, which can happen really easily, especially when your haps blow up, you're getting the accepted friend request, you're getting all these messages, and sometimes it can be really hard to navigate. Make a to-do list. I can even maybe have someone put the to-do list that I've made on the team page, just because I think it's super helpful. You can obviously make it yours, because I have it time wise, from 5:30 to 6 when I wake up, I'm going to make my first post. From, you know, right when I get to work till 9 o'clock, right before my meeting starts, I'm going to get a host to post. I'm going to go through all my host to post and reply to comments that haven't. So I think that has been super helpful, having that to-do list to navigate, but also just don't give up. There's going to be bad days. Everybody has bad days. I have bad days, but don't allow those bad days to continue. I have days where sometimes I don't post at all. And, you know, that can be discouraging, but don't allow that cycle to continue. Keep pushing, continue to make those posts, look at those host to posts, and never give up, because you're worth it. Your family's worth it. Whatever reason you're here for, it's worth it. You know, for me, it's the financial freedom, but also meeting so many amazing women is also worth it to me. I love this tribe. I love the support system that I have. And, you know, told myself I'd give this business a year. And just from what I've seen so far, I think that this could be, you know, something that I'll do for a lifetime.
Okay, well, I have goosebumps, and I've never heard from you before. So that was really exciting. And I know this is weird because we don't know each other that well, but I'm seriously so proud of you and the story that you just shared, and how much that you've been through. And yes, there's a lot of moms on here, and you have 3 kids and going through all of that through postpartum. The fact that you are here, that you didn't totally throw in the towel when so many people would use that as a crazy reason to throw in the towel. Clearly you need the business more than ever, but so many people would have let that be the reason that they stepped back. So the fact that you didn't is just seriously awesome. So, and so relatable, because
Yes.
so many people are going through that or will go through that, and even postpartum alone, but in addition to having jobs cut and jobs, husbands laid off and stuff like that. Like, it's so relatable. So you have such a journey to share with people, and I'm excited for you for that. And then just like you said, there's bad days in this business, you guys, just like there is in everything in life. There's bad days in motherhood. There's bad days at your normal job. There's bad days in marriage, but you keep showing up because you're committed to those things. And I love that you said, I'm giving this business a year no matter what, because that's how I was when I joined, was like, no matter what. And I'm not just going to give it a year of like my e-suite is on. Like, I'm going to give it a year because I want to know at the end of that year that I gave it all that I had. And truly, if you guys will make the commitment to that, like, I have no doubt that every single person on here at the end of the year, you'll never go anywhere else. Like, if you truly dive in, you show up for the Zooms, you stay in touch with your sponsor, and you put in the work, there will never be another reason for you to go somewhere else. So I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone, tonight. I think that's it. You guys, every person that talked tonight, I know you guys can drop a ton of zeros in the chat. So you guys all killed it. So proud of you. So many different stories. That was so fun to listen to all of you. And that's all we've got tonight. So tomorrow night, we do have that recruiting training. And then we'll see you Tuesday and Thursday. And I think we have an enroll-a-thon too. So we'll see a lot of your faces on Zoom this week. And I can't wait for it. I love you guys, and we'll see you later.